One last mic. Mic check, white balance, jeez. All right, mic check testing, 1, 2, 3. Mic check testing, 1, 2, 3. Mic check testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, everyone good?
Whatever has a blue house in it.
I'm gonna stand.
Don't.
What time is it? Still, take your time to the time of day on your phone.
Get the walk up.
Good morning, everybody. Ready?
Yes, sir.
About 7:26 this morning, we received a phone call from a neighbor concerned about the well-being of one of her elderly neighbors. Deputy arrived a short time later at approximately 7:39 this morning, met with the complainant, who expressed her concerns for this elderly gentleman who lived inside the house, said that the garage door had been open. And matter of fact, not only the garage door going into the interior of the house was both open as well, and she was concerned because she hadn't seen her neighbor in at least 2 days. Deputy immediately sprung into action, donned some latex gloves, believing that there would probably be some type of medical episode and that she would have to render medical aid, entered the house and began announcing her presence throughout the entire bottom floor of the house. She's announcing sheriff's office, as she's searching different rooms looking for this individual, again believing that she was going to be faced with some type of medical situation or medical crisis she was going to have to deal with. She walks upstairs, continuing announcing sheriff's office, comes to a locked bedroom. Matter of fact, let me back up. On the way up, even is knocking on the wall of the stairway as she's walking upstairs, trying to get anyone's attention to see if she could hear that voice or cry for help. As she's walking upstairs, she encounters one of the bedrooms that's locked. She knocks on that bedroom door, announces sheriff's office. She continues to search other rooms, again in an expeditious manner, believing that she's going to find someone in some type of medical emergency. She continues searching different bedrooms, goes back to the locked bedroom, knocks on the door again, says sheriff's office. At this time, she hears a voice. She hears a gentleman saying that he's armed with a firearm, and she immediately begins attempting to de-escalate the situation. Sheriff's office, I'm here to help you. Sheriff's office, your neighbors are worried about you. That's why I'm here. Sheriff's office, we're here to help you. He opens up the door, armed with his handgun. She immediately begins to retreat within the residence of going back down the hallway. Again, at the same time, announcing who she is. At one point, you can even see from the body camera footage how she's holding her flashlight so he can clearly see, even though it's daylight, that she's in full uniform and that she is indeed a deputy sheriff. She continues saying, drop the gun. Sir, drop the gun. Sir, drop the gun. Sir, please don't make me do this. Sir, please, your neighbors are worried about you. We're here to help you. Sir, you're not in any trouble. We're here to help you. He continues to advance towards her. She continues to retreat until she's pinned in one of the bedrooms back against the wall where she can go no further. He continues searching her out, even asking, okay, where are you? I want to see you. Comes in, enters that bedroom. As she's continuing now to even get more boisterous, you can tell from the body cam footage, sir, drop that gun. Sir, drop that gun. He advances towards her. She's left with no option, being in fear for her life at that time, and discharges her service weapon. Ronald Ulrich, 88 years old, who lives alone, has succumbed to his injuries as a result of his actions. Our deputy sheriff is Deputy Anastasia Castillo. She's been employed with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office since 2015. She has no history in terms of an internal affairs history. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement is on scene. in compliance with that full transparency that we continue to strive for, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, that independent body, will now investigate this shooting and take over the investigation at this point. I've asked that the body cam footage be released. If it's not already out, it will be out within the hour. Any questions I can answer?
Sheriff, do you think that Mr. Ulrich could hear the deputy?
I do. Once you see the body cam footage, she's very articulate. I tell you what, I commend her. If you look at that and ask her, you examine what happened and think, hey, what could she have done different? I mean, she was loud, she was boisterous, she was knocking on walls, she was knocking on doors. There's no one inside that house that without reservation would have known that she was a deputy sheriff here checking on somebody.
Can you spell Ronald Urich's last name and then describe to us which house this took place?
Yeah, this is Ronald Urich. It's E-H-R-I-C-H. Again, 88 years of age. It's the 1200 block of Longcrest Drive here in Riverview, Florida. That's a great question. I believe that'll come out here with this subsequent investigation. That's always something we ponder and wonder. What was his mindset today? Why? You know, why, how? And that's something that we'll look into to see if we can determine what his mindset was. We'll talk to his family members and see if there was any type of previous history. And again, determine exactly what led up to the events today. He has no criminal history. He's not a bad person. Good question. Something we'll certainly have to look into.
Regarding the open door, garage door, and door into the home that the neighbors called on, had they said there was a time that it had been open all night? Had they just noticed it, anything like that?
Yeah, the neighbor was worried, and the reason she waited said it was been at least 2 days. Been at least 2 days that it's been open, and knowing that he's 88 years of age was extremely concerned for him. That's why she finally took the initiative, and I thank her for calling the sheriff's office. What's that? I don't know that. Good question. That'll, again, this is extremely preliminary. I wanted to get the information that I had to you. That will all come out later on.
Did anybody else live in the home?
No, ma'am. He lives alone. He does live there alone. His son has a lot of cameras inside the house, worried about his medical well-being, and heard what had occurred, and he showed up on scene, and we are talking to him at this time as well.
Was there a vehicle in the garage?
That's a good question. I don't know. We can certainly get you that information. I don't know if he drove, if there was a vehicle. FDLE now will get a search warrant to go back inside the house, so I hadn't been inside the house to examine anything.
Sheriff, is this a sad ending to something that occurred?
This is tragic. This is tragic for the deputy sheriff, tragic for the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, tragic for this elderly man and his family. No other way to put it.
What was the son's reaction when he found out what happened?
I don't know. I didn't speak to him. I don't know. Not that we're aware of. I don't know. That's something that will now come. That's that post-secondary follow-up investigation that we'll do. What led up to this? What was his mindset? Is there any type of impairments? Is he under the influence of any type of narcotics? We don't know that. We'll find that out coming up. Yes. Yeah, he had his firearm, but even clearly when he saw that she was a deputy sheriff, he continued his aggressive actions towards her as she clearly retreats as far as she can. She ran out as she's trying and making every effort she can to de-escalate the situation. I'm here to help you. Your family's worried about you. You're not in any trouble. Sheriff's office, drop the gun. I don't know what more she could have done.
Last question.
What's that? That's a great point. Believing that she was there for a medical episode, she never retrieved her firearm until he told her that he had a gun and went to open up the door. Then she obviously had to protect herself. Until then, her latex gloves were on. She was there to save a life. She was there to render aid.
Can you talk about the approach registered to him and if he had a history with firearms?
Again, that's just too early for me to tell. I would be misguided if I made any, or inaccurate if I made any type of statements. Again, this is extremely preliminary. This is unfolding behind us as we're standing here today. We will have all those details and certainly make every one of them every detail available to each and every one of you.
Can you speak
Yeah, optimally, it would have been great for her to wait for backup to get here, not knowing what was behind those doors. But in her mind, she thought she faced a medical situation, and in her mind, she was going to save a life. And that's why she didn't wait. She hesitated, and you'll clearly see it on the body cam as she's actively looking to locate this elderly gentleman where she can attempt to render aid.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you, everyone.